So, an engineer and a medic walk into a bar. Now, stop me if you've heard this one before. So they get a few rounds of drinks in, and the medic, a curious cat that he is, asks the engineer, so what do you actually do? And the engineer responds, well, I study complex viscoelastic materials. It's like jelly, the stuff you have with your ice cream. So you know if you've made it before, it starts as a liquid and then eventually becomes a solid. And something you need to know about the difference between solids and liquids is that if you apply a deformation to a solid, it stores energy because it's elastic, and it gives that energy back in the form of a restoring force. And then if you deform a liquid, well, it just deforms, it flows, because it's viscous. So what I do is I take that liquid gelatin, and I put it between two parallel plates, and I deform it. I deform it over a range of frequencies, so one turn in 1 second, one turn in 2 seconds, and so on. And I do that until it becomes a solid. And it's interesting because I measure the ratio, a special ratio, of how the material loses energy relative to how it stores energy. And normally that depends on, well, the frequency of the deformation, until it doesn't, until the gel point, in which case it becomes frequency independent. And the medic's there, why the hell is that important? And well, let me explain to you, because think about why it's becoming a solid. There's this microstructure growing inside as all the polymers link up together. Hold on, and the engineer takes the straws out of their drinks and says, look at this. That microstructure is made up of several repeating patterns on different scales. So if you had the microstructure spanning the liquid on this scale, each one of those branches is made up of that on a smaller scale, and again, those branches on a smaller scale again. And what happens is the small scale features dominate the response of the faster oscillations, but the larger features dominate the response of the slower frequencies. Again, until you get to this gel point. The special nature of the gel point is where the structure spans the material and then it becomes independent of frequency. And that time, the time it takes to reach that gel point, well, listen to this. We know, we can find out what the final microstructure of the material is going to look like, whether it be very dense or porous. And we use it to mostly make ice cream and chocolate really, really tasty. And the medic says, hey, wait, you need to do this on blood. So they went and they go and they do it on blood. And they find out that the time to gel point, the time it takes for your blood to clot, well, it turns out it tells you whether your blood clot is going to be very dense or very porous. And if you've got a very dense blood clot, well, that puts you at higher risk of thromboembolic disease like stroke, because when it breaks down and travels around your body, it can become trapped in capillaries. And so an engineer and a medic, they went into a bar, and with the aid of a few straws, they blew some life into the field of hemorrheology.